Let's learn about Output Data Tool. The Output Data Tool allows you to export the data that is processed from Alteryx Designer to an external location. Let's go to In and Out toolbar section, and let's get the Output Data Tool and drop it onto the canvas. And I automatically connect it with the Sort Tool output node. And let's look at the configuration pane from the top. And similar to the Input Data Tool, there is a Set up a connection button. And below, there are more options following. And these options in the box will change slightly depending which file extension you choose. Let's set the connection to an Excel file by clicking Set up a connection button. And click Files tab, and I'll hit Select File button. Then I will navigate to the output folder under the Alteryx 1.1 folder location. And I will enter output 01, maybe together, underscore 01 as the file name, and the file type will be on Microsoft Excel, XLSX, and I'll hit save. Then I will keep the sheet name as the default, sheet 1, just fine, and I'll hit OK. And as soon as you click, you can notice the options in the configuration on the left will change according to the Excel file type. And from the option box, number 3, output option. I usually have this output option to be selected as overwrite sheet or range. In this case, the output data tool will overwrite the specified file every time when you hit run. But if you select option 3 as create new sheet, as it was by the default, then the file will be created without any problem for the first time when you hit run, but an error will occur from the second run because the specified file already exists in the output folder location. So I always keep this in overwrite sheet or range. And from 2 rows below, there's a number 6 option, preserve formatting or overwrite, range required. By clicking this checkbox, you can protect the format and style setting in the specified file and override only the data portion. And there are a few other output options that are supported according to the user's choice. And append field map. This one allows you to append certain fields to the file. And file format, you don't need to select anything here. Max record per file, unless it's in a very special occasion when you want to put out only the limited record that is created from your workflow, you would not consider using this option. SQL Server file type support. This is only applicable for SQL Server. Suppress output if no records. If there's no records coming out, then it's not going to put out the output. And below from there, there's a take file and / table name from field. This option you can use when you have specified fields that you want to designate as a file name at the end. And yeah, you can select this as long as you have the field that you want to specify each and every records to be assigned and saved to the exported file that you are designating. disable tool. It means if you disable it, when you're running the workflow, this output tool will be temporarily disabled. Can unclick. So those are the options available. And there's one thing to keep in mind when using the output data tool. At the beginning of the lecture, I mentioned that when using the input data tool, you must first close the target input file before hitting the run button, so the designer can access to pull in data from that target file. And the same goes for the output data tool. So let me hit run here. And after exporting the process data through the workflow to a file using the output data tool, just like we did, you will usually open the file and then you will check if the data has been entered properly. However, if you find something that needs to be fixed and you go right back to the Alteryx designer without closing the file and modify your workflow as you need and press run, the designer will give you an error message saying that access is denied. So make sure that you close all associated files to your workflow first before you hit run. This concludes our look at the output data tool. Please practice the assignment by following the instructions listed at the bottom of the output data box.